This is a quick overview of how judges will submit their electronic score sheets for the middle school ethics bowl competition. Judges, you can access the score sheet quickly by going to the assignments area in your left-hand corner of the homepage by clicking the judges page and having that open as well. Once you're on your judges page, you'll see at the very top a quick link for scoring rubric. This will jump you to the page that explains what the rubric looks like and includes. It is not where you submit your scoring rubric. You're going to submit your scoring rubrics in the assignment area. That is this yellow button at the top of your judges page, Submit Round Scores. Once clicking this, you'll see all of the assignments that are assigned to you. So if you are judging only rounds 1 and 2, you will only see judge score sheet called round 1 and judge score sheet round 2. If you're judging all of the rounds, you'll see all of the round score sheets available. We've opened up sample score sheets for both the moderator and judge to all participants so that you can play around with it prior to the event. So feel free to open this up and practice scoring on the platform before you take and engage in the actual event itself. You need to submit a score sheet for each round that you judge. This platform calls them quizzes. At the very top, you'll see that the score sheet has a scoring rubric to remind you what each number is supposed to indicate in terms of how well this team's met your criteria. You're going to first enter your name. You're going to enter in the team that is Team A, along with their number. So some schools have more than one team, so make sure that you include their team number. You're going to insert Team B's name, and then you're going to go about scoring them during their competition and the round. Some judges will find it useful to have a printable version of the score sheet so that they can score it by hand. You can access that in various different parts of the website, but on the score sheet page, you can press the download button and it will pull up a PDF, which at the bottom has the score sheet that you can download for printing. You need to make sure that you submit your quiz by the end of the round so that the organizer of the event can continue to update the team standings so that we can make sure that our semifinalist and finalist rounds are ready to go on time. So Team A is going to present first. You're going to score them from 1 to 10 using full numbers, and these are the questions you might want to think about in terms of how they scored. So do not ever put 1.5, 2.5, 9.5, full numbers only. Then Team B is going to present, and you're going to score them. Then Team A and Team B are going to be engaging in an open dialogue, and you're going to score both teams for that period out of 10. And then the teams are going to be asked questions by you and your fellow judges in the round, and you're going to score both teams from 1 to 10 on that. And then both teams are going to be asked, how has your team's position developed during this round? And based on their answer to this question, you're going to score them 1 through 5 using full numbers. And then you're going to score both teams for a respectful dialogue out of 5. This is where you're going to need to do some math. Unfortunately, the platform at the moment does not do the math for you. So you're going to look at all of your scores for Team A, and you're going to add them up. So what did you score for presentation, open dialogue, judges' questions, final question, respectful dialogue, and you're going to score them here. It's going to be out of 40 points. So you know if you get to a number that's over 40, you might have miscalculated. That's why we highly suggest that you print this document off for each round that you're judging so that as you score and enter it in the system, you also have it quickly at hand in front of you, where making the addition process, adding it up a little easier. So if I'm not doing it by hand, I would just go up and say, okay, scroll up to my answers and say, okay, Team A got 8, Team A got 9, and 7, and 4, and 5, and I would add it up here. So let's say that's 38. And then I would do the same for Team B. Let's say it's 39. And then this is optional. If you have time, we please don't ask you to take too much time to do this because we need you to submit your scores for our scorekeepers as organizers to keep the standings up to date. Leave a few comments for Team A, leave a few comments for Team B, and then press Submit Quiz. And you have 2 unanswered questions. Yes, that's fine because I didn't want to enter any comments. And then you can see your score sheet. It will display what you entered. Now, let's say you realize after reviewing what you entered and submitting your quiz that something is incorrect. We ask you to quickly jump over to the help desk and to notify the organizers there so they can update it. In terms of protocols for what the scores mean when you're in the round itself, the team that you give the highest score to is the team that gets your vote. So if Team A got 38 points and Team B got 39 points, you are voting for Team B. However, if you score both teams the same number, 38 and 38, your vote gets split in half. Half of your vote goes to Team A and half of your vote goes to Team B. This will mean that there is a possibility for a round to be tied in the case in which one judge scores for Team A, gives one vote for Team B, and then the third judge splits their vote. So each team has 1.5 votes. It's much more likely that you'll have a 2.5 versus 5.5 score at the end of the round. What you're going to do during the round itself is you're going to make sure that you submit your electronic score sheet here, but the moderator is going to ask you to submit your vote and your scores for each team in the private chat to the moderator. You are going to make sure that your announcement of these scores is private and not verbal. We do not want the teams to know which judge voted for what team or what each team's score is at the end of each round. So make sure that you're using private chat only to the moderator to share your scores with your moderator during your round. Again, if you're having trouble during the round itself, this online system of submitting your scores as a quiz is not working for you, please make sure that you simply record your answers using a printed copy of the score sheet and that you jump into the help desk at the end of the round to have someone work one-on-one to make sure that your scores are entered into the system.